All right, well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for this exciting announcement. We are here on location in our beautiful Woods Park neighborhood, and I am so thrilled and honored to share that we are joined this afternoon by EPA Region 7 Administrator Meg McAllister and her team. And we're really just so deeply appreciative of the visits you've made to Lincoln and for being again here today to help elevate this incredible announcement and celebrate the importance of this for our community members. We are also joined by Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy Interim Director Thad Finneran. Thank you so much for your leadership and for your involvement in being here today. Of course, we have Lincoln Transportation and Utilities Director Liz Elliott and Woods Park neighborhood resident Lisa Thompson. And thank you so much for graciously hosting us in front of your home here today in the Woods Park neighborhood. I also want to acknowledge that Councilman Benny Shobe is here with us today. Could you wave? Thank you, Councilman, for your support of this important work. Your vote has helped make this happen. And we're also here with our private sector partners represented by JEO Consulting Group CEO Rob Brigham. Rob, can you wave to everyone? Thank you, Rob. And Viskerna Plumbing and Excavating owner Josh Viskerna, who's getting big props from Lisa earlier today. Josh, please wave. Thank you so much to you and your team. So together with our community partners, my administration is working to make Lincoln the safest and healthiest capital city in the country. And to advance that goal, we announced the launch of our lead service line replacement project earlier this year. This work is part of our broader Lead Safe Lincoln initiative, a collaborative effort across multiple City of Lincoln departments to help proactively prevent lead exposure and keep our children and families living in our older historic housing stock safe and healthy. Today, I am thrilled to announce that our city has dug in, literally, and begun to replace the first of nearly 2,000 lead service lines that will be replaced in our community as part of this project. Our team at Lincoln Transportation and Utilities and our contracted plumbing company partners are currently performing work in several Lincoln neighborhoods, including this historic Woods Park neighborhood and at homes like Lisa's, where we are replacing old lead water service lines with new safe copper lines at no cost to homeowners like Lisa. We are able to get the lead out at no cost thanks to the leadership of the Biden-Harris administration and our partners at EPA and NDEE. The new federal resources provided by the Bipartisan Infrastructure Law and EPA, administered here in Nebraska through the State Department of the Environment and Energy's Drinking Water State Revolving Fund, make this important lead service line replacement project possible. As EPA has been so instrumental in getting this program off the ground, or in this case, in the ground, it's now my distinct pleasure to invite up Region 7 Administrator from EPA, Meg McAllister, to share more about the agency's efforts to provide safe drinking water for all Americans. Administrator McAllister?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's really great to be back in Lincoln. We always enjoy being here and connecting with this community. You all are doing such amazing work here to advance environmental protection and preservation, and we're really excited to be a part of that work. We were here back in January to present a $1.7 million big check through our recycling education and outreach grant program to help Lincoln remove barriers to recycling. And now we get to celebrate another important milestone for the city as you are launching, literally in the ground, the Lincoln Lead Water Service Line Replacement Program. And your goal to replace 200 water service lines in the first year of the program will really be a big win for this community. It will not only improve the local infrastructure and provide clean drinking water for residents, but as the mayor already indicated, here's the best part. It will cost nothing for the homeowners. That's always been the goal of the Biden-Harris administration when developing the Investing in America agenda. Create better infrastructure, improve health, and lower costs for Americans. In May, we announced that more than $28 million was being funded by the bipartisan infrastructure law through our drinking water state revolving fund to help the Cornhusker state identify and replace old lead service lines. We all know that there is no safe level of lead. No safe level of lead in drinking water, especially for children, who are the most vulnerable to the impacts of lead exposure. And like you, we are committed to making sure that all communities have access to clean drinking water, regardless of economic status. Through this funding, we continue to advance the President's Justice 40 initiative, which ensures that 40% of the overall benefits of certain federal investments flow to disadvantaged communities who are historically overburdened by pollution. And today's kickoff event moves us another step forward to tackling the estimated 9.2 million lead service lines in properties across the United States. We no doubt have a lot of work to do, but moments like these remind us that we are well on our way to making drinking water cleaner and safer for every American. Now, I'd like to give a special thanks to the mayor, our partners from the City of Lincoln and Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy. We are so grateful to be sharing this moment with you and really appreciate all the incredible work that you're doing for this great state. And finally, congratulations to the citizens of Lincoln, who will have access to cleaner water in their homes for years to come.
Thank you so much, Administrator McCollister, for your leadership and service to the people of Region 7 and our community of Lincoln, Nebraska. As today makes clear, this whole of government effort is making a positive, tangible, and lasting impact on the health and safety of our community members. And our team at Lincoln Transportation and Utilities is leading the implementation of our lead service line replacement project efforts. And here to provide more details on the initiative is LTU Director Liz Elliott. Liz?
Thank you, Mayor. Today is a wonderful day as we see firsthand how our Lincoln Transportation and Utilities water team and partners are helping protect the health and safety of our community members through the Lead Safe Lincoln Initiative's lead service line replacement program. Say that 3 times. For years, our team has been replacing lead and lead contaminated galvanized service lines in homes when we discover them through our water main replacements. Now here we can see even more progress to get the lead out here and in other nearby neighborhoods. Water service lines are crucial infrastructure that provide property owners with access to fresh, safe, high-quality water anytime they desire. These lines are the smaller pipes that connect your home or business to the city's water main located under the street. Today, our team and partners are conducting the first of 16 lead service line replacements here in homes along South 25th Street and 1 block over on South 24th Street. Dozens more are being scheduled and are planned in the area as education and awareness of the value of the program's value grows. Homes and businesses built before 1950, like the one we're at here today, may have lead or lead-contaminated galvanized steel service lines. These privately owned lines have the potential to add lead to the water at the home or business. Our goal is to identify and replace every one of these lines with new, safe copper service lines by the year 2035. As we work towards achieving our ultimate goal to become the safest and healthiest capital city in America, we are proud to announce that 125 property owners have already signed up for this voluntary program in our targeted area, which includes sections of Woods Park neighborhood, North Bottoms neighborhood, Downtown neighborhood, Hawley neighborhood, and Malone neighborhood. To determine the initial properties served by the program, our team at LTU utilized criteria that incorporates EPA recommendations. The criteria includes areas where property records show a greater density of lead and lead-contaminated galvanized service lines, data showing elevated blood levels in children, social vulnerability data, and the risk of lead exposure due to the amount of lead in service lines. With potentially 10,000 service line replacements needed in Lincoln, this program will take time as our plumbing contractors proceed from property to property throughout the city. The city will continue to identify properties in need of a replacement annually as the program progresses. These updates and a map to help property owners confirm what types of service lines material currently are on their property are available on our website at lincoln.ne.gov/leadsafe. The LeadSafe service line replacement program is key to reducing property owners' exposure to lead and may also help increase the property's overall value. On average, a single water service line replacement can cost a homeowner an estimated $5,000 to $10,000. These are typically the property owner's responsibility. This new program makes these replacements possible at no cost to the homeowner or the business. For neighbors who may have properties constructed before 1950 but are not in the identified census tracts at this time, we encourage you to go to our lead service line replacement website, again at lincoln.ne.gov/leadsafe, for help determining if your service line is lead or lead-contaminated galvanized pipe and what you can do until the program reaches your neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Elliott, and to your team at LTU, so many of whom are with us today and have provided so much incredible service to our community throughout the years. Next, I'd like to thank once again and invite up our host, who is this morning a proud resident of the Woods Park neighborhood and has been here for many years and is currently getting her lead service lines replaced by the city. Lisa, would you like to come forward?
Bear with me just a moment. Well, I'm excited and extremely nervous to be here today with all of you. But I'm really happy that I'm one of the first homeowners in Lincoln to receive a lead service line replacement through LeadSafe, Lincoln's lead service replacement program. I'm proud to live in the Woods Park neighborhood. In our area of Lincoln, there are homes that are more than 120 years old, and I personally have lived in my home for 31 years. When the city notified me excuse me, that I had a lead service line in my 100-year-old home, I wasn't really all that surprised, but I knew I couldn't be able to afford that expense. I'm retired. So then I found out, when I actually read the letter, that when I read the letter, I was thrilled to find out that the city lead service line replacement program pays for all of the replacement. So to my doubting friends, I had to tell them there's no catch, there's no copay, and I even get a $100 credit on my water bill to help take care of my grass if I have to replant or something, but that's no big deal. So I felt that it was a triple bonus. The impact to my yard is reasonably minor, even though it doesn't look like it right now, it really is. So since crews bore under the ground, thank you, Viskerna, let me know that, instead of digging up the entire area. I am really grateful to live in a city that's so proactive and takes steps to care for its residents to help ensure safe access to water for all. And it really has been a wonderful experience. I've asked Steve and Erica a million questions, and they have all been so very kind to answer all of those questions for me, so I felt really at ease until I realized I'd opened my mouth and said I would speak here. So I really encourage everyone to sign up for the program as soon as they can, and they will not be sorry.
Lisa, thank you so much for sharing some words with us and sharing your home with us today. We really appreciate your eagerness to participate in this important program and to demonstrate the ways that our residents and our city team work together to get great things done that make an even safer and healthier Lincoln community. Our work is made possible, of course, as I've mentioned earlier, by support and our strong partnership with the state of Nebraska. And here to talk more about how this loan program works and the overall mission for a lead-safe Nebraska is Nebraska Department of Environment and Energy Interim Director Thad Finneran. Director Finneran?
Well, thank you for letting me join you today, and I would reiterate the excitement of the voluntary participation and actually getting work done on this important project. The Department of Environment and Energy is pleased to be here today for this event and to play a role in making funds available to help with lead service line replacement projects. We commend Lincoln Water System for initiating the lead service line replacement program, as it will make great strides to reduce the community's exposure to lead in drinking water. With a preliminary estimate of nearly 92,000 lead service lines across the state of Nebraska, we've been able to work with the EPA to secure $147 million for the Drinking Water State Revolving Fund program for lead service line replacements across the state. So far, there are 6 towns that have active replacement plans, another 10 under development, and then those whose local ordinances have already replaced lines in their past. Lincoln was one of the first to take advantage of this funding through a $32.6 million lead service line replacement financing package. Lincoln has a long history of providing safe water to city residents. The water system's willingness to step forward and replace privately owned lead lines is quite laudable, and an important project that will improve public health in the community and reduce risk of health and development issues, especially for our children and at-risk individuals. We hope and encourage other communities to continue and follow Lincoln's lead to take advantage of this financial assistance for lead service line replacement work. We thank those communities, and we thank you, Mayor, and we thank you, Meg, as well, for being here today in Lincoln and for moving forward to resolve this public health matter.
Thank you so much. Thank you to your colleagues at NDEE for helping not only Lincoln but communities across the state. It's really a tremendous new era for all of us in being safer and healthier. And we are just, again, so grateful for this historic investment of federal resources and strong partnerships with EPA and the state of Nebraska. It's helping the city of Lincoln. We're leading the way forward toward making every water service line in our community free of lead and providing safe and healthy water for our children and families for years to come. So to get more information, once again, about the lead service line replacement project, please see a map of our current replacement areas, and I encourage you all to learn more at the website lincoln.ne.gov/leadsafe. And with that, we would be so happy to take any questions from the media who are here today. Yes?
Kind of a two-part question. What is the timeline for each individual homeowner? What kind of time are they seeing in front of their house working? And then overall, what's the timeline for the city to have all of these lead pipes in place?
Sure. It's a phased-in approach. I'll let LTU Director share more about how long it'll take to get the initial 2,000 lines replaced in this initial project.
Thank you. So our ultimate goal is to have every lead or lead contaminated line out of our out of the city by 2035. So it's essentially a 10-year program. This is the first year of the program. So as we're getting into it, we're doing 200 service lines this year. And I mentioned earlier, we have 125 of those signed up. So we are continuing to work with neighborhoods to get at least an additional 75. As for the specific project and how long are we going to be right in front of Lisa's is approximately 2 weeks or 2 months, 2 days. Sorry, I'm looking at the experts in the field. They work much faster than I give them credit for. It's 2 days that we would be in front of each individual property owner's home. As you can see, if you were out here, we've got a whole street lined up. Viskerna is doing an amazing job trying to get as many as they can in one big chunk. So trying to move as quickly as possible to get the lead out. So other questions?
How many total lines in Lincoln? I know you said it.
Right now, so we know there are about 6,000 known. We believe there could be up to 10,000 throughout Lincoln.
I have a question for the state representative. These are, I'm assuming the money you got through the infrastructure bill, those are grant-based funds, so do cities have to apply for the grants in order to get the money?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thanks for asking. It's actually a financing program that has incredibly lucrative terms and has significant loan forgiveness afforded to it as well, depending on the communities that the projects occur in. Some communities can receive up to 72% of loan forgiveness on the financing program.
So have 6 communities applied and gotten those loans so far?
Yes.
And then how many others are in process?
We have 10 more that are in process of applying. Yes.
And just to kind of add some more context, as Director Elliott shared, LTU has been doing lead service line replacements when they've been doing other water main replacement work, and that's been slow and steady progress that we're committed to doing. But these resources provided by EPA and administered by the state are letting us supercharge that effort. That's why we think that over the next 5 years we can do 2,000 lead service line replacements thanks to that financing. So we'll keep hoping for more federal money to come flowing down to the local level, but this whole of government approach is really making a difference to our local efforts and to make a lot more progress up front. And that loan forgiveness is really important because it helps it be more affordable for our ratepayers who are, our annual rates that help get this work done.
Is Lincoln's loan forgiveness 72%?
Well, we intend to fully comply with all federal regulations and rules, and we anticipate being eligible for loan forgiveness, but I don't get to decide how much, right?
Okay, but it's up to 72%. Okay.
Any other questions?
So do you have money in? How will that remainder be paid for, I guess, is my question.
The remainder?
Yeah. Whatever isn't covered, whatever isn't forgiven
Right.
of this program.
Well, we're using our rates, and you'll see in our CIP that we have money to do this work, paid by our rates, but instead we're now going to be able to use this financing mechanism and take a bigger loan to get this more done faster, sooner, and better. Do you want to share anything more about that?
So even before the additional funding came in, we had built into our ongoing CIP to be replacing these. As we do water mains, we'll continue to replace those that we come along to. But this is already built into our budget for that repayment. We are expecting the loan repayments based on where the work is in certain census tracts and all of that. So we're expecting about 62%. And so that's been built in. It's something we've been working on. We're just really excited that we can advance the work we were already planning to do much sooner because of this funds. No, this should not have an impact on future budgets at all. Other questions? Okay.
Well, thank you again, Lisa. Thank you, Director Finneran. Thank you, Administrator McAllister, and thank you, Director Elliott, and thank you to everyone who's helped making this possible for our community members in Lincoln. We are so excited to get the lead out and make this the safest and healthiest capital city in the country. Thank you for being here today.